Now, what a lot of people don't know about an E-2 investor visa is that only certain countries qualify to come to America on the E-2 investor visa. You're an entrepreneur, you have some money to invest, and you're interested in coming to America. You've probably Googled online and read about an E-2 investor visa, but you're wondering, what is this and do I actually qualify? I'm here today to tell you a little bit more about the E-2 investor visas. I've worked with E-2 investors who've come to America from Pakistan, Jordan, Mongolia, from countries all over the world. And I would love to help you secure an E-2 visa as well. Also, E-2 investor visas are very specific. Another reason why you should definitely talk with an immigration attorney to make sure that you qualify before you spend your investment money. For example, a lot of clients believe that if they purchase a house in America, they can say that they own real estate and therefore they have invested, but that actually is not a good path for an E-2 investor visa. The requirements are very specific, so we would love to talk with you and make sure that your business plan is one that is good and likely to be successful. So not only does it matter the type of business that you plan to invest in and open in America, but it also depends on the amount of money. Now, people often ask me exactly how much money do I have to invest, but there's not a magic answer. It has to make sense. It has to be a substantial investment that makes sense relative to your particular business plan. So if a friend, a family member, or even another attorney tells you that you can invest $30,000 or $100,000 and get approved for the E-2 visa, that's not necessarily true. It's really important that you work with an experienced immigration attorney who's familiar with investor visas specifically, because the law doesn't specify an exact amount. Rather, the law requires that we show that the amount of money is substantial and significant and that it makes sense with the type of business that you plan to open. So perhaps you've already considered an E-2 investor visa, but upon research, you've discovered that you are from a country who's not signed the treaty with the United States to allow entry on an E-2 investor visa. Don't worry, there's likely still other options for you. So please give us a call so we consult with you. Some people decide to pursue an EB5 investor green card path instead of an E-2 investor visa. These are drastically different paths, but still a great option if you don't qualify and are not coming from a country where an E-2 visa is available. The thing that both of these types of visas that I'm discussing in this video have in common is that they both are great paths for anyone wishing to come to America, either temporarily or permanently to immigrate to America, and who wish to invest and do business in the United States. So let me give you a couple of examples of cases I've worked on for immigrants who've come to the United States on an E-2 investor visa. I once worked with a man from Mongolia who actually came to the United States to open a chain of car washes. And he had a significant amount of money. It made sense. The investment made sense relative to the cost of his plan to do business in America. And we were successful in obtaining an E-2 visa for him. We've also worked with a client from Israel who came to the United States on an E-2 visa and opened a wellness spa. We were also successful in helping her to obtain an E-2 visa. Again, it does matter what country you're from. Some countries qualify for an E-2 visa and others do not. So please be sure that you give us a call so we can consult with you and determine if an E-2 investor visa is a possible path for you or if another path is a better fit for you, depending on where you're from. I'm Jennifer Bennett. I'm an immigration attorney here in America, and I have been helping entrepreneurs and investors immigrate to America one visa at a time.